Today we're going to show you how to life cast your own head.
Or your friend's head, out of silicone and plaster. To make a casting of somebody's head, this is all the stuff you're going to need.
Plus a non-claustrophobic person, which I am not.
This is going to be a lot of fun. So we've got some mixing containers to mix the silicone together in. We've got large popsicle sticks to mix and spread the silicone with. We have some smaller disposable cups, again, to help mix the stuff together.
You do want a bald cap that's not latex. We bought the wrong one, so we're actually going to use something different.
Some modeling clay, some petroleum jelly to put on anything you don't want the silicone to stick to, and some plaster casting strips. This stuff is really awesome. It's the same stuff that doctors used to make plaster casts out of. Now they use something else, but it's really cool. You dip it in water, you spread over stuff, it becomes like paper mache, and it dries rock solid.
It is so easy to use and so much fun.
And finally, of course, you're going to need silicone for the actual casting mold itself. Now this stuff is called body double silicone. It's made specifically for people's faces, so it's safe with skin and hair and all that. We'll have links in the description below for all of this, of course. Let's get into it.
So today we're making a mold of Jerem's head. The first step is that we are going to be covering your entire head, including these beautiful curls.
And because we're actually casting somebody's face, we don't want him to be sitting with his face covered for hours and hours. So this is very, very fast curing silicone. All right, so the first step is we need to actually get all of his hair covered so we don't make a huge mess with his hair. So we've got a bald cap.
Okay, so we have to take it like this and kind of like squeeze the hair like that. And we should not have hair in there. Okay, ear pop out, there we go. Yep. This is not my best tucking work, that's for sure.
Oh, you should do your best work.
And we really don't have to be worried too much because this silicone is specially designed so that it won't stick to hair. We threw some cotton balls into his ears just to make sure, you know, we're not jamming silicone down his ear canal, because that doesn't sound like a good thing to do. Just throwing some Vaseline on his hair.
You're gonna have to really shampoo this out, because Jerem really values his hair.
I love my hair.
It's fair. I would say better safe than sorry on eyelashes for sure, because those are like irreplaceable.
Not a bad idea. You've got a timer on once you start mixing this, so make it quick. And do it little bit at a time, because it does cure in like 6 minutes.
Want to make sure his nose holes don't get blocked.
That's the most important part, because we do kind of want to keep him alive.
Yeah, that's of utmost importance.
At this point, with half his face covered, he looks like some kind of Batman villain.
I think this is a good look for you, Jerem. You look like a superhero.
We are almost done. We might have a thick enough coat on it already, but we got a few more cups, and the thicker the mold is, the better. So we're just gonna keep slathering on. And after that, we'll move on to the hard outer shell. Okay, well, the silicone has dried. It's now completely dry to the touch. It can probably set up a little bit more.
Oh yeah, good.
But it's good enough. So now we're gonna move on to the plaster casting material. I've pre-cut some of them into thinner strips that'll help us out.
Oh, it's bendy. Oh, it's supposed to bend in half
So I'm
like
gonna
that?
fold it over
Okay.
to create the seam. And this is very important because the cast has to be able to come apart. Otherwise, he would just be stuck in here forever. So the first thing I'm gonna do is create a raised section that'll be the seam between the front and back halves of this cast. So now we're going to start attaching that raised portion to the back, and we're going to cover the back with plaster. We're not going to cover the front yet. That'll be the second piece we do after the back is cured a little bit.
It's perfect. You're a perfect mummy.
Should be it for the back half.
Yeah. I almost thought I saw Jerem smile.
So the next thing to do, we have this seam here, but we don't want the plaster on the front half to stick to the plaster on the back half. Otherwise, we won't be able to get Jerem's face out of this. And we're going to drape this wet paper towel right over the whole seam. The most important part is that when you add the second layer, you make sure not to overlap over the safety of paper towels and Vaseline and still end up attaching the two halves together.
I think the hardest part about this whole thing was just not being able to respond. As Jake and Janae were saying things, and all I could do was go, like try to nod my head. The cast actually got really heavy. It wasn't horrible, but it was definitely a factor to consider. Fortunately, I felt really taken care of. I wasn't ever worried that I wouldn't be able to breathe. Like, they never let anything cover my nose, which was super nice. I was really grateful to have people that I trusted to be able to do this with me. So I am actually claustrophobic. So the whole time this was going on, I had to intentionally like put myself in a meditative state and just kind of like get my mind right. And then after like 2 hours of that, of like intentionally meditating, it was putting me to sleep. And so I was nodding off at different points, and it was so hard to stay awake. And the cast was so heavy. I'd start to nod and feel like I was gonna fall out of my chair.
Jerem, how do you feel? Is your head uncomfortable?
It's probably a little heavy.
Can you breathe okay?
Probably the funniest thing that happened while I had my head in this cast was I would wait for Janae to be in the room, and I would stand up and walk towards her, and she would scream. It was so funny.
Ah, that's so creepy.
Yeah, but he wants to stretch his legs.
Ah.
Jerome, I'm holding the mic to your nose. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people?
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny every time. He's just standing there, menacingly.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
All right, we're gonna wait about 10 minutes to let it harden up a little bit, and then we'll pop it off. He's stuck in there forever. Oh my gosh.
We got him out.
It comes apart just like that.
Yay!
Now, just FYI, let's be real careful with these because they're not cured
They're not
yet.
cured yet. Perfect.
Where they
we got
cannot
it.
be touched for a while. You're gonna want to cut in a zigzag pattern, actually. I wouldn't think so,
smart.
but that actually helps you line it up afterward. So we're trying to cut very carefully so as not to cut too much of his glorious hair. So we made a grave error, and we didn't put anything over the like fishnet stocking, which was a terrible idea, the pantyhose. And we were hoping that the pantyhose wouldn't stick to the silicone, but it did, which means his hair is kind of getting stuck in it a little bit. And it's off. It's off.
Oh my
Oh my word. That was ridiculous.
Wowzers! That hair.
All right, so we've let these cure overnight and for several hours in front of a heater. Obviously, well, with most things, the hotter it is while it dries, the faster it will dry. So it's relatively solid enough for us to give it a go. So what are we gonna be casting first?
Concrete.
Concrete. Let's start mixing up some concrete.
Okay.
I think you're just gonna pour out until your heart says enough.
Okay. Feels good. My heart says enough.
Go ahead and mix it up with a drill, ideally without splashing the camera.
So that's definitely thinner than normal concrete, but that's just about exactly what I was hoping for because we want this to fill in all the detail. We want to be an easy pour. So yeah, let's get it. Okay, we'll just make sure everything lines up. The easiest thing to line up right there is obviously the nose. Now you gotta be careful here because you might be tempted just to press straight down, but you want to not smash your cast.
And then once the two hard halves are in, you want to stick your hand down the inside and make sure the back seam all lines up right.
Yeah, that's perfect. Look at that. See how
see that diagonal cut really does help to keep it all perfectly lined up. That looks glorious.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap it with tape. I've seen people put screws through here. They've done a variety of different things, but now we've just got to keep these things together and keep this upright while it dries.
We're forgetting, we've still got nose holes we gotta plug up. That's what the modeling clay is for. I've got this like padding material from a couch cushion that I'm shoving inside this box to just prop it upright.
All right, let's pour it.
I really hope the concrete doesn't stick to the silicone.
Well, we'll get one good
Find
cast.
out. He's shaking it a bit to try to get the air bubbles up out of it. This is not the right medium for a really good fine detail casting because of the bubbles, but we're not really going for that. We're kind of just messing around.
Just having fun.
This is quick dry cement, so
Easily happy with this.
we will be back to check on this in 25 minutes.
We waited about 45 minutes. That might not be enough time with how thin we got the concrete.
Yeah, we never poured concrete before, so we have no idea if this will work. We're just gonna find out. Wow, that is so much heavier. I'm afraid of it like breaking the mold.
Well, let's get it out. Oh, there we go.
All right.
Is it working?
I'm just picking it up and the concrete's heavy enough.
Sweet.
Okay.
I'm so
And
excited.
we didn't break the shell. Nice. Now, let's be careful as you pop.
That's super cool. Look, that's where my hair.
Gosh, that's crazy. It's capturing the detail. Can you get it without help?
I think so.
Okay. I can put the camera down. Oh.
Look at that.
Like a weird. Oh my gosh, it's your face. That is so trippy.
Oh, it's weird.
That's literally your face. Dude, look at the detail it captured in the hair, where the pantyhose was covering your hair and matting it down, and like it captured every bit of detail. He's got forehead wrinkles, and like by the eye wrinkles and everything.
Dude, if we cast this in something that was more detailed than concrete.
Oh yeah. That is so weird.
I love
I can't get over how uncanny that is. Y'all remember Grant's Lego gummies?
Ooh.
I want a whole face.
Oh my gosh.
One solid Jerem gummy, and then I'm gonna eat his face.
That's so weird.
So we're just doing exactly the recipe Grant used for the Lego gummies, except we are timesing it by 12. Somehow we screwed up doubling and tripling and quadrupling the recipe, but we think we've got it fixed now, and it's about ready to pour. All the gelatin's nice and mixed in, and we're gonna pour it hot right into the mold, and hopefully the mold can handle that heat. It'll probably be fine. All right, halfway done, we'll pour in the other batch. Oh, perfect, just enough. Ha ha ha, sweet. Now we will set that out and let it cure overnight. And in the morning when I come back, we should have a giant gummy of Jerem's head. We've had the gummy head in the fridge overnight, so it should be done. It is done. It is indeed done.
Okay,
Let's pull it out.
Get it.
Looks like it shrunk a little.
It really does.
That's interesting.
I think that means that the outside cooled faster, and then as the inside cooled, it sucked it all down. So that's probably a good sign that it's nice and
Yeah.
cold all the way through and set all the way. Awesome.
Gravity to help open it up. So it was leaking from the nose before because of the clay. I fixed that by getting some more silicone and painting over the nose holes. Hopefully the silicone doesn't stick to the gummy. I don't know why it would.
Oh, it's
Gosh,
working.
The detail is insane.
I know there's an ear right there that's gonna rip off too.
Oh well.
This is not my favorite.
Well, the face details should be fine because there's no hairnet on the face.
So I had to get my own head out.
Oh no!
My
It did
forehead
take
is
the
gone.
forehead off completely.
That's so weird.
The forehead's gone. Stuck inside the mold.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that fracture pattern though. That's like obsidian.
It is really
That's
cool.
Crazy.
I like that.
But I mean, it did capture the bottom half of your face beautifully. Oh, whoa. Okay. Violent. The silicone has like such a good texture. It picks up all the like wrinkles and pores of his skin. So the gelatin is just sticking to it super well. We should have sprayed it down with something.
We've decided we're gonna shoot that Jello head with a frozen ping pong ball with a vacuum cannon from one of our previous projects. Let's hit it.
Oh yeah. Vacuum pump is on, sucking the air out of this long tube. Slowly building up.
Firing in 3, 2, 1. Oh gosh.
Jeez.
I didn't even see what
No,
happened.
we didn't turn on the slow-mo.
Wow. That is
It's in there.
in there. Look. It's it's right there. It's like
that's
a
really
weird
cool.
organ. Look, it ripped this thing apart.
Oh, that's the ice one.
Firing in 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh.
Man, that's loud.
That was amazing. I really want to see what happened.
It's in more pieces.
You can see the track of the first one that went through.
That's really cool.
Went through. That's awesome. And it was lodged back here somewhere.
Yeah. We've had an idea of what to do with the concrete head.
We're gonna smash it with a hammer. 14 pounds of sledge coming at it.
Oh, that was great. Your face is gone. Except for the lower half.
I can smash this too.
Nice.
Sweet.
Well, that was fun. Hopefully you learned something from that chaos.
We sure did.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Let the random happen.
Why do we have that here?
This is unimportant.
Forget the cling wrap.
Amazing. Ta-da!
I mean, it looks really ugly, but it did turn out pretty well. I was talking about the outside. So, what are we gonna cast in words?
Let's skip that part.
because a bunch of concrete Jerem heads just sounds amazing.
Around Janae's house.
That's a better idea. In her fridge, the dishwasher,
Yeah, I like that.
at the foot of her bed.
Brains.
It's Batman.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Your nose.
I need it.
Look at that.